grew up in a Muslim environment, and we didn't talk very much about God because in my home God was far away and we had to be respectful of Him. However, we never really talked to God, or it was not a personal God. We knew, all of us, that God had created us, there was a God, and if we did something wrong, He would punish us, and if we did something good, maybe or maybe not, He would reward us. One day I felt like I was unfairly punished by my mother. I didn't do anything wrong, and she asked me to go to the corner of the room after I was punished, and I didn't know. I just wanted to climb all the walls and everything, and I felt it was so unfair. And suddenly I heard a voice who told me, "Hey, Shireen, it's okay. It's your mom. Just love her. Everything will be fine." And I started to hearing this voice, and I just felt peace. Just peace came over me, and I just forgot about all that punishment and everything. And I personally was used to call that voice my God, and my God was in the corner of the room. That was all I knew. Otherwise, my mom and dad's God, it was far away, and if we would do something wrong, He would come and punish us. So this was how I grew up. There were a lot of things happening around us in our country, and there was a revolution and everything, and I was in the middle of it. And therefore, for my own safety, they decided to send me to France to study and to finish up the high school and to go to university there. Somehow, miraculously, I ended up in a convent together with nuns and priests, and I was the only one who was not, who did not know Christ. And, I was just observing those people who were serving me, who had not done anything. I did not even pay them. I was living with them. They were preparing my meals as if I was a princess, and they were talking to me. And, I really, that was the first time in my life, after, my parents who had given me the unconditional love, these people were first people who had given me unconditional love, and I could not understand that. And, I just wanted to know what was going on in their mind, in their heart and everything. And that was how I got to hear about Jesus. Not that they evangelized me, but that I myself, on the back of the convent, there was some meetings, and I asked to be in those meetings, and there they had Bible studies, and they were talking about Jesus and so on. Now, I did not know, as I looked at my dictionary, Jesus, for us, it looked like I knew about Him. He was a prophet. And at the end of the Bible study, they told me that Jesus was Son of God. And that did not really seem very intelligent to me. However, I looked at them, and they were mostly professors at universities, very highly educated people in those Bible studies and everything. So that made me even think more about maybe not everybody here is crazy. Maybe I should investigate more and to know more about Jesus. And, I put almost God to test. And at the start, it was difficult for me to call God as Father, Jesus, Son of God, and so on. Nothing made sense to me, actually. But, because of the unconditional love that I was receiving every single day, although I was a naughty girl, I did lots of wrong things, and I did all the wrong things of the world, and still they were smiling and showing me grace, and they loved me. I thought, wow, even if my mother had been there, I would have received some punishment, and they don't even want to punish me. I mean, I was fascinated with them. I thought, wow, this is, I just have to find out about this mystery. And the more I got to know about Jesus and whatever He did, I was fascinated with Him, with His character, and I wanted to become like Him. My way of thinking was a little bit like Jesus. He had come to save the world. I want to do the same. I wanted to go and save the world. And I called Jesus as my favorite man. He was not really my God, but He was mostly my favorite man. And so this was how I had it until series of events and miracles happened where I was directed to Norway, in north of Europe, and I ended up in a Lutheran church there, and I discovered more about Jesus there, and and the unconditional love. For me, there, I converted to Christianity. However, for me it was just like changing religion. Still, I felt like I had not given my heart to Jesus. So because I always, my way of thinking was that I came from a society where they ignored women, where they disrespected women, where women were inferior. So by going and, just trying to become like Jesus and trying to do like other Christians, I could become a better person. Until I came to a point in my life where I had lots of problems, and I felt like there was no way out for me. As I was crying, and I didn't know whom to cry to, I had a cross in the corner of the room, I had the Bible, but it was there. And suddenly I fainted there, and I had a very, very strong